Okay, and the next one is there anything important that you've learned from your parents? Or like anything you've learned from them that you appreciate or looked up to them for or liked about them or anything like that?
Go ahead, I'm thinking.
Oh, my mother was a peach. She wasn't educated per se, but she was the hardest worker and could do more things that men normally did. Raised 6 kids by herself and had more friends and cooked more meals for people when I would come home from church on Sunday. I could bring 6 or 8 kids home with me for lunch on Sunday and didn't even have to ask. I think I learned to really have friends from her because she was so loved by everybody. She was a historian, not by education, just by birth. She was a historian, and she could remember all kinds of dates and who lived where and who married whom and when somebody's birthday was.
You're good about that too.
So even till she was in her 80s, people came to her wanting to know about their parents or their brothers and sisters, and she was able to recall all kinds of community things that happened and where people lived. So I learned from her, I think, to be a people person. She was a people person.
That's awesome.
It was a good thing to have. Lots of love.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of love.
She sounded pretty great.
I guess I learned from my parents, my dad and mom both, to respect other people and not, and we had quite a few friends on Saturday nights at our house. People, the whole community would come from 5 to 10 miles away on Saturday night, and we'd play rook all night long.
That's where you get your love of games from.
Oh.
I love it.
There'd be as many as 10, 15 people there playing rook all night long.
That's cool.
And the next morning, Mom would have to cook something to feed them for breakfast, And she always, we always enjoyed that. Of course, that day you slept all day.
Yeah, if you stay up all night, it's tiring. That sounds fun though.
There'd be a lot of them sitting around the wall before the night was over asleep.
That's funny. Okay, and do you want to keep going?
Yeah, and of course, I didn't say anything about, you used to talk about my horses. That was my transportation. We used to ride to this little church called Cedar Glade, and that's where everybody met, all of us on the whole territory. And if you had a girlfriend or a girlfriend, you'd walk with the girlfriend home and lead the horse, and walk them home. Maybe you'd walk 4 or 5 miles, and then you'd get on the horse and you'd ride 10 miles back home at night.
Oh goodness. Did y'all ever do that? Did you ever walk Grand?
No, we didn't live that close. I by the time I started dating her, I was old enough that Dad would let me have the truck.
Oh, good.
And I would go up there and spend
We lived a good 10 miles apart.
10 miles apart. I always enjoyed going on Sunday because her mom would always have fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
She cooked.
It was really good.
She was a good cook.
And
That's
I
fun.
used to really enjoy eating her. But I stayed up there a whole lot then.
When I was in college and didn't come home on weekends, he went up there even when I wasn't there and spent the Sunday with Mother and my youngest brother.
That
was
was
still
the only
home.
way she could get home from college when they're on the weekends. I was working at that time. I was working in Jacksonville, Little Rock Air Force Base. I was helping build that, and I would get off work and I'd come through BB, pick her up and bring her home.
Not every weekend. I didn't
Not
come
every
home
weekend,
every
but
weekend.
just about every weekend. And we did that a whole lot, and I'd go up there sometimes through the week, pick her up. We'd go up to Cersei to a movie. And once in a while, we didn't do a whole lot, but we did some.
That's fun.
And but it was a good time.
That kind of rolls into the next question was, do you want to pause it or keep going?
Keep going.
Okay. How did y'all meet? That story, basically. I know that you grew up together, but maybe about how Papa asked you out or the first date.
You can tell that story. You're the.
You think I'll tell
I
that?
think you need to tell that story.
He's like,
Oh, it was kind of silly, but of course we went to school. We went to school together, and in 11th and 12th grade, they always had school plays. And these schools in there had school plays, and in them school plays, I don't know why, but the teachers and everything would always put us in there as husband and wife.
really?
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
we played all the school plays as husband and wife. And so now I one really, when I really got serious, I was thinking about it a long time, but I really was sitting out in the gym one day, and I was sitting there with a couple of boys. I was sitting there, and Becky was come across, walking across the gym. And I look at. I said, "See her? Watch. Look who they're going across." I said, "That's the girl I'm going to marry."
Oh, we weren't even dating.
That's so
Really?
cool. I love that. That's
Aw.
cute.
That's how we met.
Did-
That's not how we met, but that's how we got together.
Yeah.
And then after that, I started trying to date her
Mm-hmm.
when I could. And we got serious. And
Did you like him right away, or were you unsure at first?
You know, I'd gone to school with him all of those years, and at first it was just kind of ordinary, you know, nothing
you
spectacular.
just dated everybody's,
Yeah.
different dates.
It
Right.
It was slow,
Yeah.
I would say, kind of slow.
We didn't just.
And we dated 2 years, 2 years plus before we ever got married.
Yeah. And
But-
Papa knew right away.
And
Saw you walking. That's the one.
after she got out of college, and went to work at Verco Manufacturing Corporation as a secretary to Eufaula,
I did payroll.
did payroll, and they knew that we were dating and we were wanting to get married, and I didn't have a job at that time, and so she talked to them people, and they got me a job. I got a job there where we could get married.
Nice. They're helping y'all out. They're like, we want you to get married too.
I was hired out as a welder. I never welded any in my life.
You just learned on the
I
job.
learned on the job.
Nice.
Pretty
Wow.
good job, actually.
Yeah, I was like, nowadays at least welders get paid good money.
Yeah.
And so they thought I was a fantastic welder. Till
That's
my
when you hurt your shoulder.
Till the
Till the
shoulder
shoulder
went out
acted
of
up.
whack. And started banding tables that make tabletops for schoolrooms. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and they did a little
Banquet
band,
tables.
this little band that goes around the table.
Yes.
You'd have to put them on and cut the table and everything.
I know exactly what you're talking about because when they would come loose, we'd peel them off as kids.
Yeah.
Verco Manufacturing manufactured school furniture. I can't talk.
School furniture.
furniture and public seating
Okay.
is what they manufactured.
Okay.
So a lot of your classroom tables, chairs,
We're
we probably made.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Back in
And
the
you
day.
you did payroll. Is that what you said? Yeah. Okay.
And so
Then minimum wage, when I went to work at Verco and did payroll, minimum wage was 87.5 cents an hour. Minimum wage.
And that's what you got.
Wow.
No, I got
As
more
payroll?
than that.
Oh, good.
But the people that started out in the plant, if they were on piecework, They made 87.5 cents an hour. David, by welding, he was on piecework, so he got paid by however much he
However much
produced
they
a
weld,
day.
that's the reason I-
So he did
the
pretty
welding's
well.
effect.
He could weld.
Right.
I
pretty
could
good.
make up to $1.50 an hour,
Oh, nice.
but
And your
It was
shoulder
better
paid
than
the price for
It
it.
was better than 87.5 cents.
Yeah, better than 87 now.
and so after we got married and was working there, I decided and we decided that, you know, we couldn't ever live on this the rest of our life.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I saw an ad in the newspaper said railroad station agents needed correspondence course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I signed up for it. It cost me $350. $350 for this course, and I had to learn how to type. I didn't know how to type. I had to learn how to type 60 words a minute.
30, honey, I think.
No, it was 60.
You think it was 60?
Yeah, it was.
Might have been. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
pretty much.
And had to learn how to type 60 words a minute. I had to take a railroad station agent accounting at home, the correspondence course. And when I finished those,
You had to learn Morse code.
then I had to learn Morse code.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
That's
they sent
hard.
me,
I bet it was.
they sent me a box and tape that would transmit Morse code to me, and I'd sit and listen to that and learn how to type, go on the key and everything.
Oh, wow.
And I had to do 20 words a minute on that, and send and receive 20 words a minute.
I knew how to type, and we used to have typing books.
Yeah,
So when he had to learn how to type, I took the typing book and I taught him how to type
yeah.
Oh, okay.
at home.
She helped
Since
me
you
with-
learned 1st.
I could type
Yeah.
and do shorthand
She
and
already knew
accounting.
how. I
Right.
didn't know
I
how.
had taken all business
I'd
courses
never
in college.
typed. Never even seen a typewriter.
Did you guys both learn to type without looking?
Yeah.
I can't even type without looking.
We did.
Yeah.
You had to. That's,
Yeah.
In school, you had to. Yeah.
That's cool.
And I finally got past it, but I had to go to Kansas City for, I was supposed to, how long was it? Two weeks but I wound up 6 weeks up there or something.
Oh no, you went to school in Kansas City a year.
Yeah.
But
Not a
Danny
whole
and I
year.
didn't go the first 6 weeks. You
Yeah.
went by yourself. And then we moved up there and you went to school at
Yeah.
night for 12 months.
I'm going to
Yep.
pause it just for a second
Yeah.
so we can start